differences and similarities between the very first Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving today. Ways that we celebrate Thanksgiving today. And we're going to start by reading the book, The Very First Thanksgiving Day. And I love the way you're all seated so quietly. Penelope is looking at me. Tucker's giving the quiet signal. Graham is quiet and Alex is quiet and looking at me. Gio is looking at me. I love that. That is so great. It tells me you have calm, ready bodies. Okay, how about if the cylinder table comes up here and has a seat? The sphere table. Come on up and have a seat. Thank you, Evan. The cube table. Come on up. And the cone table. Come on up and have a seat. Right here on your numbers. Here we go. Come on up. Brody, I like the way you're sitting up. Riley has her hands in her lap. Evan is doing a great job. And Gio, your eyes are looking at me. That tells me you're ready and you're paying attention. Okay, the title of our book, The Very First Thanksgiving Day. Our author is Rhonda Gowler Green. What does the author do? Can you raise your hand? Riley.
Make the picture.
The author, not quite, but the next person draws the picture. What does the author do, Graham?
Writes the letters.
Yes, the author writes the words. Now, Riley, what does the illustrator do? They write the pictures. Yes, they write the pictures, and they even say paintings for this book. The very first Thanksgiving Day. It was a long time ago. This is the very first Thanksgiving Day. This is the food gathered and blessed, the corn and sweet berries, the wild turkey dressed. I'll take questions after. Shared on the very first Thanksgiving Day. I love how Shannon's looking up here. These are the Indians, skillful and strong, who knew how to live through the winter so long. They ate of the food gathered and blessed. Okay, friends, you know that Indians are the same as Native Americans. Give me a thumbs up. If you have a question about that, do you have a question about that? Alex?
Why is there Indian?
Well, that is a great question. Why did they dress that way? It was part of their culture, and we can study that another time, but that is a fabulous question. Okay, friends, I'm going to move on, but we're going to think, pair, share through some of this story. We will do some of that during this story. These are the pilgrims who farmed the new land, who steadfastly labored and toiled by hand, and learned from the Indians, skillful and strong. Okay, friends, turn to your neighbor, and I want you, so maybe Gio and Alex, Tucker and Kellen, Penelope and Brittany, Evan.
No, Britt. Abby and me are neighbors. We're just across the street.
Oh, yes. Okay, I mean the person next to you in here. Yes. Thank you, Penelope.
I don't have anybody in the school. No one is.
Right. I just mean your elbow neighbor, your friend next to you. Ellen and Alex, can you pair up with Gio? Evan, can you pair up with Riley?
I want to do a gift.
Buddy and Graham, you two can be together.
Yes.
As long as you're calm. Okay, friends, think, pair, share with your partner. What do you think the word steadfastly means? Alex and Jill, what does the word steadfastly mean?
I think
Think, pair,
Let's see what's the word.
Okay, steadfastly. Okay, I'll give you 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Class.
Yes, yes.
Okay, somebody raise your hand. Tell me what you think steadfastly means. Abby, what does steadfastly mean?
Talk fastly.
What does it mean? Talk fastly. That's a good idea. Brittany.
I think that means that
Stay and go a little fast. Riley.
you have to talk to
Okay. Tucker, what does steadfastly mean?
run and talk at the same time.
Run and talk at the same time. I love these ideas. Okay, let's read that sentence again. These are the pilgrims who farmed the new land, who steadfastly labored and toiled by hand, and learned from the Indians skillful and strong. So steadfastly in this sentence means they stuck with it. Steadfast. They kept at it, learning how to work. Labored and toiled. Can somebody raise their hand and tell me what they think labored and toiled is? Brittany.
Labor means like
Graduate. Tucker.
when I thought labor means lame.
Lane.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Labored and toiled. Abby.
I think that is at the base
Okay, labored and toiled. This man has a pitchfork. The Indian has a fish. He's got an axe. Labored and toiled is working hard. So back at the time of the very first Thanksgiving, they didn't have many machines. So they steadfastly labored and toiled. They worked hard. Labor is like digging. It's physical, we call it manual labor. It's physical work. This is a lot of farm work. These are the houses built in straight rows that stood in the hot sun and harsh winter snows and sheltered the pilgrims who farmed the new land. Okay, turn to the same friend that you had before, Alex and Gio. Think, pair, share. What does the word harsh mean? Harsh. As in the word harsh. Turn your
Yes.
Gio, can you tell Alex what you think the word harsh means in this sentence? That needs a help. The word was harsh.
Yes, harsh. The word is harsh. Harsh.
I do know. Winter snow. And I say one. We'll go back together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Class. Okay. I have a friend who wants to tell us what she thinks harsh means. Brittany, what does harsh mean? In the sentence it refers to the winter snow. It's winter. So you have to remember this is a long, long time ago before machines. Tucker, what does harsh mean?
It means dig.
To dig. Penelope.
To eat like a family that eat with other people.
Eating with a large group. Riley, what do you think harsh is? Okay. Friends, I'm going to tell you what it means. Okay, in the sentence, these are the houses built in straight rows that stood in the hot sun and harsh winter snows and sheltered the pilgrims who farmed the new land. So these winters, there's no snow in this picture, but winter was very hard. It was, when we say harsh, we mean not easy. Winter now, we're inside with the heat on, and when we go outside, we have lots of thick winter clothing that we put on, but they didn't have that, so the winter was harsh. It was hard on them. It was not an easy time. Harsh. This is the harbor marked by a huge stone, where first steps were taken to chart the unknown, not far from the houses built in straight rows. Okay, friends, the word chart. Find your friend back and think, share. What do you think?
No.
How is the word chart used in this sentence? Okay, Gia, can I repeat the sentence to you? This is the harbor marked by a huge stone, where first steps were taken to chart the unknown. Adam, do you want to join us? No. Right? Oh, they're really cool things. Okay, when I say one, we'll come back together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Class.
Yes.
Okay. Abby, do you know what the word chart means in this sentence?
I think it means
Glasses? That's a good idea. Another idea, Alex?
It means they're going for the days with the chart.
I thought somebody might say that. I like that idea. Brittany?
I think it means it means that we don't like this place, we're gonna go somewhere else.
Oh, that is another brilliant idea. I'm going to read this. I'm going to read it. This is the harbor marked by a huge stone, where first steps were taken to chart the unknown, not far from the houses built in straight rows. So they're moving places. Brittany, that was a great thought. Bodie and Graham. Bodie, you need to scoot back. Thank you, friends. Charting means to move, to relocate, to move on. This is the Mayflower ship in full sail that weathered the rough seas, the wind and the hail, and docked in the harbor marked by a huge stone. Does anyone know what a harbor is? Bodie?
A stone.
Sorry, what?
A stone?
A stone, a harbor is where a ship would dock. It would come on the shore to a harbor.
I know it too.
I love the way Gio is being so quiet, and I can see you're a little bit confused, but we're getting this all figured out. This is the ocean that never went in, that sometimes was foe and sometimes was friend, that carried the Mayflower ship in full sail. Sometimes was foe and sometimes was friend. So if sometimes it's a friend, then what does the race, Abby?
He's not in his box.
Thank you. Raise your hand, wait for me to call on you if you have an idea for what foe means. Graham, what does foe mean in this sentence?
Bodie, was saying license to me back there.
Okay. What does foe mean? What does foe? Brittany. I love the way you waited for me to call on
I
you.
think foe means that this kind of
Sailing away, yeah. Riley, what does foe mean?
I think it's called a ship.
A ship. A ship. Alex, what does foe mean in this sentence? If sometimes it's a friend, but sometimes it's a foe, what do you think foe means? Did you have your hand up?
Foe means not nice.
Not nice. Fabulous. If sometimes it's a foe and sometimes it's a friend, a foe would be an enemy, someone who's not treating you well.
Like an
So-
arch foe.
Yes,
That's what I was going to
arch
say.
enemy, arch foe. So sometimes the ocean was good to them and the boats sailed quickly, but sometimes it was hard on them. Grandma, thank you for sitting on your spot and sitting still. Okay? This is the land where it all began, the land where a brave group made ready their plan to travel the ocean that never would end, that sometimes was foe and sometimes was friend. And by the way, Evan is seated quiet, his hands are in his lap, and he's looking right up here. That carried the Mayflower ship in full sail, that weathered the rough seas, the wind and the hail, and docked in the harbor, marked by a huge Graham. Can you do sit back at your seat? You sit back at your seat. You can come back when you're ready to sit with your hands in your lap, paying attention. And docked in the harbor, marked by a huge stone, where first steps were taken to chart the unknown. Not far from the houses built in straight rows that stood in the hot sun and harsh winter snow, and sheltered the pilgrims who farmed the new land, who steadfastly labored and toiled by hand, and learned from the Indians, skillful and strong, who knew how to live through the winters so long, and ate of the food gathered and blessed, the corn and sweet berries, the wild turkey dressed, shared on the very first Thanksgiving Day. Tucker, do you have a question?
Bodie wants to know that.
Okay. Bodie, can you eyes up here, hands in lap? Penelope, did you have a question? You had your hand up. Okay. Okay. Friends, thank you so much for paying attention the way you did. Graham, come on back up. Okay, friends, right where you are, we're going to do a little brain break. Okay, so take your right hand, put it on your head, and pat your head. Take your left hand, put it on your stomach, and rub your stomach. Now do both. Pat and rub.
There's a clip there. Maybe not.
Can we do this? Okay? Okay, stop.
Standing up.
We're getting there. Okay, everybody ready? Okay, you get to your feet. Okay, come right up nice and slow. And let's do some squats. I think you guys need to move around a little bit. Do some squats. Okay, let's do some windmills. Okay, friends, let's do balloon breathing. You breathe, okay? Breathe in. Stop, but when we breathe out, let's make a V sound. Okay, one more time. Blow up the balloon. Like a motorbike. Okay, now hands around your arms and give yourself a hug. Yes. Okay, sit back down. When I see people being quiet, I will send you back to your seat. Brittany and Penelope, you may go back to your seat. Alex, Tucker, Kellen, you may go back to your seat. Okay, Riley, Graham, go back to your seat. Channing, Camden, Abby, Julian. Okay, friends, we have a presentation to look at.
It's 2:51. It's 2:51. 2:51. Yeah. It's on. I don't see it. It's on. I don't see it. It's 10 o'clock. No, it's
Okay,
not.
friends. Fabulous. Okay, friends, obviously I have some pictures to show you. And when we go through, I'm going to pause and we're going to decide if the picture we're looking at is from Thanksgiving today or if it's from Thanksgiving, probably the first Thanksgiving. So here's what we're going to do. We're not going to blurt out. We're not going to do that. We're going to use sign language. So if you think the picture you're going to look at is from the first Thanksgiving, this is the sign language for today. So everybody do this. Put your fingers like this. Turn them upside down. Yeah. Move them up and down. This is sign language for today. If you think the picture we're going to look at is today, this is your sign. If you think the picture is from a long time ago, from the first Thanksgiving, you're going to go like this. This is the sign language for a long time ago. Sign language. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's look at the family down in the picture. Is this probably today? Right here? Today. And what about this one? Which one is this? Probably a long time ago. Long time ago. Okay, next picture. Okay, so we have differences and similarities. They cooked and we cooked. But is this Thanksgiving today? Or is this a long time ago? I see a lot of today. I hear one a long time ago, but I see a smile behind that mask. They're cooking, just like in the last picture, but is that today? That's a long time ago. Long time ago. Smart.
That's a studio.
This is a house. Lots of times we gather in our homes for holidays. I see a lot of today. Today. Is this today or a long time ago?
A long time ago.
Yeah, that's their home a long time ago.
Yeah.
Today. This is the car. We still travel, but we have a car now. Oh, okay, that would have been pulled by horses.
Long time ago.
A long time ago. Yeah, then. Back then. This is a bedroom. People need to sleep. They gotta take naps on Thanksgiving. A long time ago. Yeah, that's an old bed. Another bedroom. But it's today. Today. Oh, maybe we're gonna visit with someone over the screen, or we're gonna watch a show. Probably that was around in the first one. This is today, right? Bodie, show me some sign language, Bodie. Is that today or a long time ago? That one? I think that one might be today. Popular consensus says today. How about this one? Maybe you're gonna play games on your vacation day. Or read through your iPad, right? Oh, friends. I have a picture like that in my grandpa and grandma, but is that today or is that one time ago?
Long time ago, baby. Long time ago.
Oh, maybe we're we have special clothing that we might wear, or we're gonna watch a show. Yes, that one's pretty easy. It's today. There's a picture. Long time ago. Yes. Evan, Frank, can you join us?
Time to sleep again.
Oh, this is a group. They're collaborating. But is this Thanksgiving today?
I've been sleeping again.
Maybe it's today.
I've been sleeping again. Wake up, Evan.
Hey friends, I'm gonna clap and then you guys clap back. Okay. Remember how we said we travel? We travel a lot on Thanksgiving, but is this today?
Wake up, Evan.
It's a long time ago. A long time ago. Oh, here's a ship again, but this is today. Today.
That's $1 million.
Oh, we clean a lot for the holidays, but this is no washers and dryers. I see a long time ago. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Now we're cleaning today. Yes. Today.
Oh, wow.
So friends, we learned that there are similarities and differences between now and then. Raise your hand and see if you can tell everybody something that's the same between Thanksgiving today and the first one. Camden. I'm sure that was Tucker.
They both have a way to clean, but different ways.
Different ways. Today, what's the biggest difference? Today do we hang it all, or maybe
No
we
hanging,
use,
no hanging.
we might use
Put
a
it in the
washer
dryer.
and dryer. Goldie friend, I need you to put your bottom in the chair. Thank you. What would be another, Alex?
Everyone was saying again.
I know. We're gonna help him in just a few minutes. Abby.
We both have ships.
We both have ships, but they look different, right? So what do you think? We talked about there's machines today for laundry. What about those boats is different? The one today has what? Color, yes. And what else? Penelope.
The long mechanical ship has sails and the right now ship doesn't.
Correct. Now we have Brittany. Yes.
So we both have different ships, but the Indian ships are called Mayflowers and our ships are called Cruise.
Oh, that's fabulous. That's a great comment. Bodie? We're going to try and help him. Okay. Now we have to the overhead projector. I have an activity and I have a rubric. Say rubric.
Rubric.
Okay. A rubric is something that helps me decide how well you did with this lesson. So I have an activity, but before we do the activity, I want you to see that on this rubric, I will give you this when you are finished with your activity. So right now I'm going to tell you what you need to do with it. When I give it to you, there are 3 faces on here. This is where you tell me how you think you did. I'm going to decide how I think you did, but you get to tell me how you think you did. If you think you understood it and did the activity well and you did the think, pair, share really well, then you circle that happy face. If you're not really sure, I don't know, I didn't really understand this trick, then you circle this face, the straight face. And if you were just confused and you don't think you did the activity that I'm going to give you, you didn't really quite get that, then you circle this face where he's kind of got his eyebrows together and he's going like this. I call that frustrated. So you get to decide how you think the activity went for you. And I'll bring this to you when you're done with the activity. This is the activity. Okay. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and hand this out.
What?
Go ahead and get your pencils out.
Oh.
And at the top, you need to write your name. Yes, you may use crayons. When you get this, write your name at the top. There's not a line, but just write it at the top. Yep.
Make our line. I need a pencil.
Okay. Friends, this word right here. Can you guys point to this word on your paper? Jill? Somebody raise your hand and tell me what you think this word is that I'm pointing to. Bodie. Then. Okay. Then the other word. Brittany, what's that word? Okay, that's okay. Any guesses on the other one? We talked about Thanksgiving a long time ago, and we talked about Thanksgiving today. Bodie. Now. So we have then and we have now. I'm going to bring you some pictures. They're going to look familiar to you, and you're going to need to cut them out and glue them in the correct column. If you think the picture is from Thanksgiving a long time ago, then you put it under this. If you think it's from Thanksgiving today, then you put it under now. I will show you. I'm going to show you.
Can I start cutting? I wrote my pencil.
Hey friends, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start cutting it. I'm going to cut. Now look here friends. I'm going to cut right through the middle of the pictures. You may do that if you think you can do it straight.
This sounds easy.
And that gives me all of these. Then I'm going to cut out the bottom row.
Oh, I do one thing to see. You have to cut the oven. The oven. Yeah, it's the same.
You'll need your glue.
I have to cut.
Many of you have your glue out.
You have to cut.
You need to cut these pictures out. See like I'm doing? You need to cut each one out, and you probably recognize them from the presentation that we looked at and talked about, right, Gia? When you're done, put your hands on your shoulders, just like Mrs. Marcel tells you, and I'll bring you the rubric. It's going to take a little bit for you guys to do this. So I'm looking at the picture of the car, and I'm going to put some glue on it. And I think the car is from Thanksgiving now. So I'm going to glue it under, I'm going to put it under the word now. I see Channing is working on hers. Gia, you'll need to cut out every single one of those. Tucker is on his way. So I'm looking at the picture of the ship, the old ship, and I'm putting glue on it, and I'm going to stick it under the word then. I think that's from Thanksgiving a long time ago. The rest is you to do independently. You can raise your hand and call me when you have a question. Yes. No, I'm still sick.
He's tired. Maybe he woke up too late. Yeah, maybe he did. Maybe he woke up probably. He was playing games. That's not real. Dude, that's not real. That's not real. What is? This explosion.
Fantastic. Have that color now.
Yeah, that's it. Not real.
Great job.
Not
Hey friends, we need to keep going. Are you done? Can you get another stick? Oh, Gio. That's Just a couple more. What's your name?
Evan's back asleep. Evan's still asleep.
So, when we were looking at the pictures, there was a picture of dinner cooking a long time ago. But it wasn't silver, that's an oven. That's an oven. That's not cooking either. Yeah, yeah. Great job. Maybe it's on the floor. Great, you're doing a good job. Just little bits. Yes. Let me see. I'm gonna bring you the rubric. Hey, Graham, I'll be right there. Friends, if you get done early and you're waiting for me, you might turn your paper over and draw a picture of your favorite Thanksgiving tradition. But I'm coming. Okay, Graham, you need to put your name on here and then circle if you think you understood it. Or if you have trouble, or if you think it was okay. Friends, it's okay. We're okay. Do and enjoy. So when you get to tell me what you think, how you think you did. If you think you did well and you understood it, that's it. If you're not sure, then the straight face. If you feel straight, that face. I will do that. Good question. When you're ready, please get cut out and we decide if they're old, the first Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving today. Jill, you need to keep going, friend. All done. What's the thing you have this one about the difference?
Where's this siren head going? Are you saw a siren head before? I saw a siren head. That is not a siren head. I saw the real siren head. No, it's not. Siren head's real.
You need to put your name on there.
Mine's fake. Yes. Yes, it's fake.
So,
Mine's not. Mine's fake. He's not fake. He's real. He's fake.
sure, tree town.
Whale. It's fake.
You didn't get to spin a wheel? You might be able to talk to Mrs. Morris about the wheel, okay? Okay.
I'm sad that I think it's gonna be too. But I'm not crying.
Oh, that's good. This is your rubric, so you need to put your name on it and tell me if you think you did well.
I really did well.
Circle that face. Fantastic. And don't forget your name. You too. Put your name and circle how you think you did. And Bodie, I see you're almost done. So both of you, you're gonna put your name on this and circle if you think you did well, just okay, or if you feel frustrated.
Yeah, that's how it's fake.
Riley, you too. You need to tell me how you think you did.
That is not
Do you think you did really
No,
well?
this is some.
Or do you think you did just okay, or did you feel frustrated? Hey friends, I'm picking up your then and now activities. Here's your homework. You can put your name on it. Oh, I already did one. Fantastic. Great. Okay.
Oh, I use this as frustrated and not touched.
You can, my friend.
You can
Janie, all done? Mrs. Marston's they need to begin giving you backpacks. Mrs. Marshall's class. Class. Okay, this lesson is over, and Mrs. Marshall is going to call you to start getting your backpacks and get ready to go home for the weekend.
Once you have your area cleaned up,